Why, hello there. Jacob here. And today I have a couple of pickups to share with you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So yeah, in this particular video, I will be sharing two NHL jerseys. But not just any NHL jerseys. Team issue Reebok Edge jerseys. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So yeah, both of these jerseys have come in the mail within about the last week or so. And, literally one of them just came yesterday. I think the other one came like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. But just haven't had the time to film. And now that I have a few minutes or so, let's go ahead and actually get into it. So, yeah. The first one I will be sharing with you is actually the one that came, on Tuesday or Wednesday. And both of these came from eBay, from a couple of different sellers and stuff like that. And both of these are kind of unique jerseys. So, on to jersey number one. So, yeah, jersey number one, as I mentioned, is a Reebok team issued jersey, and this particular bad boy is of a team, that unfortunately is no longer with us. And this is of a very unique player, because this isn't necessarily one of those players you would associate with this team per se, unless you're a deep into the lore of this team. So, hailing from, basically what would have been, at the time, either the Pacific or Central Division, depending on kind of what year here. But this particular one would have been from, I believe, the modern-day Pacific Division. And R.I.P. to the fallen homie. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is an Arizona Coyotes, or I should say, a Phoenix Coyotes Reebok Edge team issued 2.0 of, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the research that I did on this was of actually a 3-time Coyote who played for, I should say, 3 seasons, 2 stints. Boyd Gordon. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. When was the last time you've seen a Boyd Gordon jersey? So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, typically when you think of, Arizona Coyotes, you probably think of guys like Shane Doan, maybe even Phil Kessel. But, yeah, you don't really think too much of Boyd Gordon. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So, yeah, as I mentioned, this is a Reebok Edge team issued size 58. Has the NHL shield with, again, the faux strings. Has the old Howling Head Coyote, which, again, not gonna lie, I actually kind of liked the Howling Head Coyote. It grew on me, especially now that the Arizona Coyotes are no more. Or at least for now, I should say. I don't know how long it's going to be before they come back or whatnot, but yeah. So yeah, this is the Howling Head that goes all the way down. No striping underneath. Has the Phoenix patch on the shoulders, which indicates to me that this is, again, roughly, I'd say about a 2011, 2012, because Boyd Gordon played 2011, 2012, 2013 with the Arizona Coyotes. And then he came back for 2015, 2016. He was kind of a journeyman player and stuff like that. So, yeah. And then here's the back. Has the Reebok lettering, which again indicates to me that this is like a 2011 through 2013. Plus, with it being Phoenix, because I believe became Arizona, when was this? 2014, 2015, 2015, 2016, kind of somewhere around there. And then the Gordon on the back on the sewn nameplate with the 15 single stitched goes down to the reinforced fight strap and the striping there with the paneling of the numbers, or like where the pads and stuff like that would go. Alrighty, so pickup number 1 is of none other than Boyd Gordon, which again is kind of a unique pickup to say the least. And then this particular bad boy right here, though, jersey number 2, is actually kind of a style of jersey that has grown on me exponentially. And the longer that it's been out of the league and stuff like that, the more I kind of like this design and stuff like that. But yeah, this particular jersey is of a current NHL team. This is also a team-issued name and number. But unlike the Boyd Gordon jersey, I think a few more people would probably recognize who this particular player is. So without further ado, hailing from the modern-day Atlantic Division, it is of none other than the the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, I had to throw that shot in there, especially if you know anything about the hockey world and sports world and stuff like that. The Toronto Maple Leafs are basically the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL. But that's a different topic for a different day. So yeah, this is a Reebok Edge Generation 1 2.0 of Mats Sundin. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, a Mats Sundin Reebok Edge, technically 2.0 because of the material, from the 07-08 season, which would have been his last season in Toronto. Again, from the research that I've done and have gathered. So, let's go ahead and dive into this little gem. Boom. So, first and foremost, has the Reebok Vector, which is stitched in there. This is also a size 58 with the NHL shield and the collar, which is blue, going down to the white jersey, that old Ballard era Maple Leaf, Harold Ballard era Maple Leaf. By the way, try saying that 10 times fast. From like the 90s going into, I want to say 2014, 15, 16, kind of in that era. But honestly, it's both ugly and beautiful at the same time, especially now that they went back to their 67 style Maple Leaf that they've worn literally about the last 10 going on 11 seasons now. So this one also has the captain patch in a very interesting, looks like triple stitched style, with the 13 on the shoulders, which is also like a triple layered stitch, the stripes, and you can even see a little bit of where the padding would go. And then on the back, here's the Reebok Vector with the Sundin sewn down on the nameplate. The 13, which again on the back is also triple stitched. And the reinforced fight strap going down to, well, the bottom of the jersey. So, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that will conclude this particular round of pickups. So, until we meet again, this is Jacob, And, well, it's always kind of nice to add to my Reebok Edge collection, just because, well, these were the jerseys that I kind of started watching the NHL in. Granted, not as much as the Adidas era, but just kind of seeing a lot of these old designs that are now 10, 15, 20 plus years old and stuff like that. And they're actually not relatively that expensive anymore. So, but yeah, with all that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and we will talk at you later.